everyone. So my name is Shivy Williams, and I'm coming in here today into this awesome healthy lifestyle group to tell you guys a little bit about my healthy lifestyle journey. Let's see, when did it all begin? It began actually when I was in fourth grade, and in fourth grade I was labeled as having a learning disability. And the doctors basically told my mom to help me with my learning disability to put me in a sport. And so from fourth grade moving forward, I have always been athletic, always been in sports through college. I was also doing sports as well. And so, and that just continued on. So let's see, I became an adult. After college, I still worked out periodically, but because of my learning disability, I tried to make sure I was still in the gym. Eventually, I moved on my own to attend grad school to North Carolina. And once I came to North Carolina, I then started working out even more in the gym. I found a workout partner, did excellent, did great. So even at this point, let's see, I was 27, moved on my own, had no family here at all, had this good friend, and we worked out all the time. That's when I started running, which I did not like then and kind of still don't now, but still was running. And I remember someone saying, maybe it was her who told me, running helps to get your stomach down. So I was like, all right, then let's do that. So then I started running. We lived together for a while, and then eventually I bought my own home. And then still continued to work out. And then, let's see, around 2005, I got pregnant. And at that point, just to kind of give you an idea of what I was feeling like, at that point, I was 148 pounds, had never been any heavier. I get pregnant, I was miserable, right? Because I was not used to the extra weight gain. And then finally, once I get comfortable, and I'm like, okay, this pregnancy is happening. I'm finally comfortable with this weight gain. At 34 weeks, I lose the baby, right? So for any women, if you've ever had a loss, then you know how devastating that can be. And so there were some things I did to get through that devastating point, but I got up to 173 pounds. And so 173, 178, something like that, or somewhere in between there. And so then I had to deliver my son, go through the whole pregnancy thing, and then had to bury him. And I did not let that get me down. It was not, and it doesn't get me down today. I always tell people, I got 2 babies in heaven. So yes, I had a second loss in 2011 at 34 weeks. But I have 2 babies in heaven. And so I just think about that, and they were boys. And so I know what it's like to have to gain weight and then to have to lose it. So I had the babies, and then I lost the weight, and then I got stuck at like 150 pounds on my second loss in 2011. I was stuck at, for me, 150 pounds, which for some of you may be like, oh my God, I wish I can get there. But that's, everybody's journey is different. I wanted to get under 150 pounds because that's what I was used to. So I got stuck there. Been athletic all my life, and I was kind of like, well, what am I going to do now? So I started doing some workout videos at home, and like I said, I've always been into sports, so the working out part was easy. It was the eating part that was very, very hard. And so I did it on my own for a while, not following a meal plan, just eating whatever I wanted to eat. Still thinking like I'm in my early 20s and it's just going to go away, and it did not, right? And so I was like, oh my God, I cannot deal with this stomach I got. This stomach is just ridiculous. What is going on with my stomach? And so one day I found Tiffany Roth. And Tiffany Roth workouts is online. And I don't remember how I found her, but I remember I found her. And I said to myself, I said, you've been working out. She had these awesome online workouts. And then I decided to join her fit club. And I said, you've been working out on your own, doing all these videos, but the one thing you have never done is follow a meal plan. So this was back in 2012. Really, November 2012 is when I joined the fit club. So I said to myself, so you know what? what you're going to do this time is you're going to follow the meal plan to a T. I mean, like, whatever she says eat, that's what you're going to eat. Unless it was something I did not eat. Like, I don't eat beef and pork. So I said, okay, I'm going to follow it to a T. And that's what I did. And within the first 3 months, I had lost 22 pounds. And I will tell you this, it was not easy. And it was not easy because, as most of you know, at least probably for a lot of us, the hardest thing we have to do is to not just change our eating habits, but we have to change this right here. We have to change the way we think. So before joining the Fit Club, I actually was going to a fast food restaurant every day. Well, really Monday through Friday. I actually had trained my body and my mind to want to eat this fast food at the same time, same restaurant, same food every day. So when it was time for me to change to this healthy lifestyle, I said, okay, so how are you going to stop eating and stop stopping to get this fast food? So what I did was I bought a cooler. Like, I have a really big cooler. I bought a cooler and I said, just take all your food with you every day. And that's what I did. It was hard at first because I would be driving to work, and I was working part-time, so I would be driving to work, and I'd want to get off the highway and go to this restaurant, right? This fast food restaurant. But I said, no, I'm not going to do that, not today. And so I would drive to work with my lunch in my bag. And that is basically how I broke my habit of going to fast food every day. And so but it wasn't easy, but I did it. And I stuck to the meal plan that was provided to me for 3 months. And it basically is like a 4-week program. You follow a meal plan, you do some exercises, and then after that first month is over, if you haven't reached your goal, that you do the like level 1 again. So I did that. So the time when I started, I think I was 149 pounds. I lost 22 pounds. And in that time, people were like telling me all kinds of crazy things, kind of like, oh my God, you need to stop losing so much weight. You're getting too small. You're getting too skinny. I had somebody said, oh, you're going to look like a bobblehead. And let me tell you guys something. It is very discouraging and can be very discouraging when people just don't understand the journey and they've never been on it. So they don't understand that what you're doing is that you're doing something to get you to a healthier way. So they're just used to you looking a certain way. So when you start to lose weight, they're not used to that. When a stranger can walk up to you and say, oh my God, you look amazing. Or someone in the fitness industry says, you're doing such a great job and I can see the weight loss, right? But when it's just people who aren't used to it, they're not doing it, it becomes discouraging because then you start to think, well, maybe I do need to stop. But you haven't reached your goal yet, so why would you? So I did not stop because my goal at that time was just to get my stomach flatter, right? And so that's what I did. I kept going until I was ready to stop. And at that point, I was 127 pounds. Let's see, I moved here at 27. So I was definitely in my 30s, late 30s. I think I lost my second baby at 35. So I was 36. And so I just kept going, and then I eventually stopped at 127 pounds because I was like, oh my God, I'm at my high school weight. Let me stop. And from that point forward, up until now, I still continue to do the Tiffany Roth workouts, which is more cardio-based and very light weights. But I have also gone back into the gym, which has always been my favorite thing. And I will tell you guys, now I am, I'll be 47 this year. And there are a couple things that have happened recently, and one of them is menopause, right? And so now my body is changing, and I've picked up fat in areas that I'm just not happy about. But the one thing I've learned on this journey is regardless of how I look, regardless of how I feel, regardless of the weight that I pick up or the weight I lose, I am going to love myself whatever state I'm in. And I will continue to do my workouts as long as I can, knowing that one day I may have to switch up my workouts. Maybe I won't be able to be in the gym like I'd love to, but maybe instead I'm doing yoga or I'm getting in the pool or something else, but I will continue to stay active. And so if I was going to give you guys some encouraging words, the first one is, remember just to stay consistent on your journey. That's how I actually got from the start till now, was just being consistent and consistently showing up. And every day has not been perfect for me. There have been days where I wake up and I am like, oh my God, I don't feel like working out. But I get it done anyway, right? So I work out first thing in the morning, very, very, very early in the morning. And that's what works for me. And so am I always on plan with eating? I am not. For example, I had a Snicker ice cream bar today, and we'll probably eat some Girl Scout cookies, unfortunately. So I'm not always on point. I don't beat myself up about it. What I do is I get back up and get back on track. Do I have any weaknesses? I do. It is hard. I don't know why. It is so hard for me to drink water. I do really well and then I fall off, right? I could go a whole day without drinking water or drinking very little water. And so that's the one thing I am working on consistently. I'm working on that. So, you want to always make sure that you're showing up. If you need to have an accountability partner, I have a lot of accountability partners. And so that's what I love. People will check on me. They'll ask if I'm okay. Someone bought me a water bottle to help me on my journey. And so, I make sure I show up every day. And if you have kids, just remember you're leading by example for your kids. And so I don't have any of my own children, but I do have a son and a daughter through marriage. And so I don't call them my stepchildren, I just call them my son and daughter. But biologically, I don't have any children. And so I just think sometimes, I have to lead by example. That means I need to eat the right things. That means I need to work out. That means I need to go to bed on time. And so the one thing I also like to tell everybody is to make sure you know what your why is. So why do you want to lose weight? Is it because your doctor is telling you? Is it because, what is it? What's the reason? Your children? But the one thing is that your why has to be so strong that it keeps you going, right? It keeps you going. It keeps you showing up. So that's why you need a strong why. My why is, I do these fitness workouts. You guys have probably seen those. But my why is that I want to see other people live healthy lifestyles. And the only way for me to do that is for me to show up every day and support them and give them alternative workouts to do and be authentic and be real and say this journey is not perfect for me, but I'm not going to give up. Yeah, I've fallen down. Now I got to get back up. And so that's my why. That's why I show up every day. It's not even necessarily really even for myself. It really is for other people so that they can live a healthy lifestyle and continue on their journey. One of the things that I also do is I don't think I posted them in the group, but one of the things I love to do is I love to take photos. So every 4 weeks, I take photos of myself. I have photos from when I first started in November 2012 all the way up until this weekend, every 4 weeks. And so what I do is that's how I monitor how well I'm doing is by taking photos. In the photos, I can see if I've picked up some body fat, where that body fat is shown at. I weigh myself maybe once a week, and then I do my body fat once a month as well. But the thing I love about the photos, and this is why I suggest this, is the fact that you get to see your progress. You get to actually show people what you're doing. No, this is where I started, and this is where I'm at today. And I have that for, gosh, I don't even know, it's almost, this is going on 8 years now. I have my progress photos. And so, that's another thing. Don't worry so much about the scale, especially if you lift weights, right? What happens with our bodies is as we're lifting weights, we are burning fat, and muscle and fat weigh the same amount. And I remember thinking a long time ago, or somebody told me that muscle weighs more than fat, and it doesn't. If you have 5 pounds of fat and you have 5 pounds of muscle and you put them on the scale, they're both 5 pounds. The difference is this: fat takes up more room in your body. So you can have, I wish I had my thing here, but so you can have maybe this is fat and this is muscle, right? So one takes up more room in your body and one takes up less, but they're both the same weight. So this is why when you step on the scale sometimes that your weight doesn't change, but your clothes are getting too big, right? So your clothes are getting too big because you got this, less body fat, right? More muscle and less of this. So just remember, don't get so frustrated and don't get so angry because the scale is not going the way you want it to go. You know, the key is, what are your clothes doing, right? Are they getting too big? If they're getting too big, you're losing fat. And that's what you want to do. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can say to y'all about this journey I've been on. Oh my gosh. If you have any questions, you know, you can always ask them. But so let's see. At the age of 47, oh, I will tell you this. If you do this, please stop. So stop comparing yourself to someone else. Like sometimes I have people that say to me, oh, you know, I love your legs. I wish I had legs like yours and all these other things. And for me personally, some of my body makeup is genetic. So my sister and I have really nice legs because my dad has nice legs. And so you never know where somebody's body type comes from. And it comes from hard work. Like I'm in the gym, I'm doing my squats, I'm doing all these things. But I also have genetics on my side. And so just realize that the people that you see, they have a different genetic makeup than you. And so your body may not look like theirs. The other thing I was telling someone today was, you know, I see women, of course, older than me, their bodies are amazing. Like they got super six packs and like defined arms and oh, they look amazing. And then I told myself the truth. I told my own self the truth. I said, you know why your body doesn't look like that? Because you're not willing to do what they're doing. And that's the truth. The truth is I'm not willing to eat and sacrifice certain dishes I like or certain junk food I like to eat to get my body to that level. So because I don't want to do that, then I don't complain. I really don't. I don't complain about it. I just say, oh, you know, I'm just going to keep working on me and doing the best I can and enjoying my life and enjoying the foods that I do like. And as long as my bad food does not outweigh my good food, I'm okay. I usually try to stick to, like, if I'm going to eat something bad, usually only on the weekends, maybe like on a Saturday or something like that, or a Sunday. But during the week, I'm really strictly about eating my healthy meals. And one of the things I did today was I've never done this. I always prep my meals, which helps so much during the week. It is very time consuming on a Sunday, but it helps so much during the week. I always prep, but I never package them. I package my meals every day. So this time I always prep lunch and dinner. And then I have also packed my lunch and dinner for each day. So you guys, you know, the journey is not easy, but I will tell you this, it is so worth it when you get to your goal. One thing to be aware of and to plan, make sure you have a plan when you reach your goal. So like I reached my goal and I had a plan, right? Because if you don't have a plan, you'll just go backwards. So I had a plan. My plan was, okay, I want to maintain, let me figure out what do I need to do to maintain this body weight and the look I have. So, you know, sometimes it's increasing some carbs or increasing protein and increasing some other fats into your body. And so just have a plan for when you reach your goal, because if you don't have a plan to stay where you're at, you're going to go backwards. So you guys, I hope this has helped in some kind of way. I'm thirsty. So as I told you guys before, I struggle with drinking water. It's my one like downfall. But you guys, I can talk forever, so let me just hurry up. The one thing I will say that is also very important, besides just having your support system, try to remove negative people from your lives. You know, the more people that talk negative to you about your journey, the harder it is going to be for you to reach your goal, even if that's at work. So we already have a struggle internally about our goal and internally about eating food that, you know, oh, I don't want to eat this today. Or, oh my God, you know, I really want to eat this candy bar. I want to eat these chips. And so you have all these thoughts, but then you have people that say to you, oh, you know, you've been doing so good. Go ahead and eat that burger, or go ahead and eat this, and go ahead and eat that, or anything else. So make sure you guys either have a talk with those people, or some people you just have to distance yourself from just so you can reach your goal. So you guys, like I said before, I hope this has helped at least one person just to keep going, right? Just keep going. Find ways to eliminate your excuses, right? Let's just say, for example, it's raining outside. You don't want to go to the gym. You know, that's the easiest excuse. Oh my God, it's pouring down, right? Or it's freezing cold. Guess what you get to do? Work out at home. Go to YouTube, find a video. You can even walk indoors just by doing a YouTube video. So you guys, there's a lot of things that we can do. But we just have to give up our excuses. We can't say, I don't know how to cook a dish. I don't know what to eat. We have Google now. We have YouTube now. It is so much easier than what it used to be before we had these smartphones where you really didn't know, or you had to have a cookbook, or you had to go to the library. It is so much more easier now, and it's at our fingertips, and all we have to do is just take advantage of that instead of always asking someone else when it's easy for you just to do a Google search. So everybody, I hope you enjoy my journey. I am still on the journey, right, at going on 47. And like I said before, it has not been easy. And each stage, I'm always learning something new. Menopause has just completely taken me out of my comfort zone. But, you know, it gives me an opportunity to learn. It gives me an opportunity to talk to those who are going through menopause and actually say, I completely understand what you're going through, right? I get it and I know it because I am going through it as well. So now I get that piece of it. But you know, we will all make it. It doesn't matter. Even if you never make your journey, the whole thing is make sure you're just living a healthy lifestyle. Make sure you are healthy. Make sure you're getting off your medications. I mean, even if you never reach the ultimate goal, are you healthy? That's the key. All right, you guys, so I guess that's it. That's what I do. I do 30-minute walks at lunch when it's nice outside. I do an hour and a half workout Monday through Friday. Saturdays, I do an hour at home, and then when it's nice out, I go hiking. Those are the things I like to do. And so just find stuff you love to do. You know, it may take some trial and error. I went to spin class. I hated spin. I still don't like spin. But I tried it, and I didn't like it. So I don't do it. But some of you might like Zumba. You might like spin. You might like hiking. You might like weightlifting. You might like walking. You might like running. You might like elliptical. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You may like these things. So drive it out and see what you like when it comes to exercise. All right, guys. I am so happy I got a chance to come in and talk to you about my journey. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. All right, everybody. Have a great night, because I need to eat dinner, and then I go to bed every night I go to sleep at 8 o'clock at night so I can get up in the morning. So everybody have an awesome, awesome, awesome Sunday. Bye, everybody.
Keep pushing on.